Well, I just put something on the site that was very interesting, which I wanted to talk about a little bit anyway, because it's really has to do with what Aikido is. It has to do with this time. Right? And this is what O-Sensei said. He says Japanese, he says, my Aiki. So I is the same I as in Aikido, meaning to connect with one with Te is hand. And that's usually, that's our partner, right? The one with whom you relate in something, my partner, essentially. But it doesn't work in this translation, so I say, my relationship, he said. My partner, my Aiki, my relationship are not human beings. And then, it's in there. But he says, essentially, well, somebody else translated once. I just used their saying and doing foolish things. So, if you want to look at what's going on in the world, human beings are saying and doing a lot of foolish things, to the degree that, the survival of the species and maybe even the survival of life on Earth is a question. That's going pretty far with saying and doing foolish things. So, what O-Sensei says, so who is my relationship with, he says, or he just says, my relationship is with the all-encompassing divine. Makes sense. And of course, in Japanese, when you talk about the divine, or the Kami, or whatever, it always connects also to the working of nature. So ecology, what we have made into a separate discipline that we call ecology, is part of that. Of course, that thing about that quotation of O-Sensei, first of all, is something it really feels good, it's something, right? And when you hear it, it's like, it's a little bit after doing a good Aikido move. My relationship is not with human beings saying and doing foolish things. It's all-encompassing divine. So where's the problem? There are no problems in that case. Now that relates a little bit in Tibetan Buddhism, the primal Buddha, which is not God, but is the primal Buddha. The primal Buddha is the way you can describe it. His name is Samantabhadra, and Samantabhadra means all is good, in the sense that a good which has no opposite, has no opposite, all is good. So this is the kind, this is the kind of stuff which we want to think about. We want to think about in regard to our practice, and it makes the practice richer, and you get a kind of positive spiral where by thinking about these things, it affects the practice, which then deepens your thinking. So in Switzerland, we're brought up, with this, we're always being measured against these different grids, essentially the 1/6 grid all the time, That's not, and so something in us from childhood in Switzerland wants to, want to get the 6. So we strive for it. Now that striving in the Aikido is no good. And then, as I say, our partner becomes, what we're using to get our 6 with by doing good technique on them. So it's this feeling of connection. Now, of course, within Aikido, this is what the moves were born from, is this reality, what's called, O-Sensei said sometimes the universe or heaven is where Aikido comes from. Right? So the techniques express that and are a way to connect with that. That's why they're called divine techniques. The fact of being divine doesn't mean that they're, undefeatable. They are in a certain sense, but that's in the sense that O-Sensei would say, I don't have to do anything, all I have to do is stand here. The minute the person decides to attack, they have broken a connection with the universe, and they will, be injured by their own desire to attack. So even at that level, if we practice with the moves always as forms of connection, forms of unity, as forms of connection with the whole universe, then to be able to say what O-Sensei said becomes possible. And it's important because another thing O-Sensei said often, and he said it while I was there too, he said, I'm not special. He said, you can find what I found. So why nobody found it? Those are good questions for analysis, because they give you a feedback on which you can then develop your practice. Basically, the people who were practicing really didn't know what he was talking about when he said this, nor would they think they were really interested in these questions at the time of O-Sensei. So he said them and saw that nobody heard, but he spoke them anyway. So now we have the chance. So basically, of course, just learning the Aikido technique and feeling good when you do it, and having, feeling pretty much what it feels like when it works, that's already a lot. But that's just the beginning. It's through that technique that we connect with the universe, that we connect with the divine, that our reality shows itself. What was the other thing that I translate? He says, oh yeah, right, I talked about this the other time. O-Sensei says, Aiki, he says, it's like, it's something every day, daily, it's like you throw off your old clothes. It's like your clothes have become old and dirty or something. And in old Japan, of course, your clothes is one piece of clothing, the kimono. It wasn't much, right? It's one piece. You throw it off, he said, for the new. And he said that happens, and we throw it off with the changes of the universe. Every day, we throw off our together with the changes of the universe. That's exactly what we don't do, right? In our daily life, we get up at a certain time, we have breakfast at a certain time, we go to work at a certain time. The same basic things happen during the day, We come home, Then there's what happens in the evening, and then we go to sleep, and then we get up the next day. So what O-Sensei says, every day we throw off the old clothes, so it's new, And that is something which happens together with or in connection with the changes of heaven.